Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got some very bullish news to share with you guys. Jim Cramer has told millions of people on TV to put some money in Bitcoin, telling a lottery winner to put some of their lottery winnings into Bitcoin. Big promotion. We also got a new Bitcoin ETF filing, and I'll talk about why that's important and why it's different this time with Gary Gensler, as well as Chainlink breaking $25. We're going to break it down, my friends. Before we do, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. So guys, Bitcoin still hovering up above $30,000, not really doing anything here. As we've been talking about, we had a major parabolic run up from Christmas until early January, right? $1,000 green candle days, and here is your respective correction, and you're going to have some sideways movements where Bitcoin is not doing anything. Essentially, when I say not doing anything, it is doing something. It is building support levels, but from a price action standpoint, it's not doing anything. That's what I mean. But this is par for the course, guys. We are going to build our support levels, and then you're going to have Bitcoin breakout, go up to your $45,000 and then to $50,000. We're on track according to the macro level charts. Now, if you're looking at this with a daily candle, it's going to be like, oh, come on, man. I see some red here, right? But if you actually look at the monthly candle breakout, my friends, you don't even see any red, right? Let me switch this off here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's no red. All you see is green, and people fail to notice that sometimes, right? Where it's like, zoom out. Look at where we came from. Here's 2017, where we had our parabolic run up, and then of course we had our mini speculative bubble in 2019. We had our bear market and all that, and then look at this. Look at this green, right? That's the monthly chart. So that's why you have to zoom out sometimes. Even on the weekly, it doesn't look as bad, right? Look at that. More green candles than red. But if you look at the daily, then you're going to see more of that. So just keep that in mind. Bitcoin is doing its thing as it's supposed to. We're going to have another parabolic run up and, of course, another correction. It moves in cycles, bull, bear, and accumulation phase, both from a micro and macro level. Now, I've been personally buying the dips, so not financial or investment advice. That's what I've been doing. And there's been a lot of FUD lately putting selling pressure on weak hands. There's FUD about double spend on Bitcoin, Tether, Janet Yellen's going to ban Bitcoin, and all kinds of stuff. But those of us who've been here in the market for a long time, we've seen this ball and a dog and pony show, right? We've seen this before. The media creates headlines to get you to do all kinds of stuff to sell, right? They'll try to scare you and tell you this and that, but you got to have strong hands even in the bear and even in the bull market, right? So things are on track, guys. Just and we're going to talk about some big news that around Bitcoin. But I think the story of the day here is Chainlink just destroying bears, destroying the FUDsters who try to put out FUD about it. It crossed $25 today. And I even put out some tweets around that, rest in peace to the fools who tried to FUD Link over the past year. I made a lot of money from Link in 2020. I've been transparent about that. I hold Link in my portfolio. Those of you who are channel members have direct access to my portfolio list. And I swung traded in 2020 and made some money. And now I am in the green big time because I bought back in at the dips and even kept accumulating at like $11. So it's at 25 right now. I'm up significantly, right? So I'm still holding, and I'll swing trade some more and hold on to some long term. I think it could hit $30 very soon. I'm not saying tomorrow, but probably in the next couple of weeks, we could see a $30 Chainlink for sure. Some people are calling for $1,000 at the peak of the parabolic run-up, right? When you think of Bitcoin at $100,000, Ethereum at $10,000. So definitely possible. Remember, you have to take a look at the market capitalization, the circulating supply, and Link is just just over 402 million in circulating supply. So it is about between the small to mid cap for a lot of these coins. So there's potential for the price to go up, and of course adoption, utility, all of that stuff. So very, very bullish. Now, big news, guys. Jim Cramer tells $731 million Powerball winner to put 5% in Bitcoin. And he said this on TV to millions of retail investors. This is very bullish, not only for Bitcoin, for the rest of the market. So Jim Cramer hosts Mad Money on CNBC. I personally don't watch it. I know a lot of retail people do. It's for the common man, right? The average Joe and Jill. It's not for Paul Tudor Jones or these billionaire hedge fund managers who know what they're doing. So the Mad Money host picked Bitcoin as one of his hedges against the specter of hyperinflation. So he's not wrong, because he, remember, was a contrarian. He was against Bitcoin, but then his eyes opened up when he understood the technology and what's happening. And he flipped right after Paul Tudor Jones pretty much came out and said, hey, Bitcoin and crypto is the fastest horse in the race. It's hard money, it's capped, and it's a hedge against what is happening in the global macroeconomic factors of money printing, right? The government's doing significant amount of money printing. And here in the United States, they're going to keep printing trillions because of this COVID situation. But it's not just the COVID situation. They were doing quantitative easing way before that, right? Where the dollar is being devalued, and your savings are depleting. The value, or the spend, the ability of purchasing power is being depleted, I should say. So that's been happening. But then when this COVID situation happened, it became quantitative easing to infinity and beyond, right? So that's why if they were not doing so much money printing before, then if this situation came along and they just printed some money to fix it, it would have been okay. But they've been doing it for years, right? You guys know this. It's all public information and data, but the fact that he's telling people on TV to do this is awesome. So stock picking personality Jim Cramer recommended the unknown Maryland-based winner of Wednesday's $731 million Powerball jackpot allocate 5% of his or her newfound fortune in Bitcoin. You know what? If you won the lottery, yes, I'm going to say it, 5% in Bitcoin, Cramer said Thursday night on his Mad Money program. He's absolutely right? Take some of that money, take some of your savings, and not all of it, 5%, and put it into Bitcoin and the crypto market as a hedge, as something that will grow over time and help build wealth, right? Because you put the money into the bank, you're not earning much interest, and it's going to deplete in value over time because of the money printing, right? So his investment advice, of course, came with a few caveats. Don't buy Bitcoin all at once. Don't buy it on the weekend. Crypto could be incredibly volatile, he said on the day Bitcoin tanked 13%. Yeah, that would be the good time to buy the dip, right? Cramer identified Bitcoin as an important new store of value. Very, very bullish, my friends. This is being told to millions of retail investors. And as we've been talking about, those of us who've been here for a while, we've bought the lows, we're going to sell the highs. Unfortunately, dumb money comes in at the top. They buy the $50,000, $100,000 price points. But you and I have bought the dips, and that's how you make money, my friends. Whether it's with stocks, real estate, or whatever it may be. But with crypto, it's much more, it's faster. As Paul Tudor Jones said, the fastest horse in the race, right? So very bullish for the crypto market, and we're going to see a lot more folks coming in on the retail side. Now, this is big news. The race is on yet again for crypto ETFs as Valkyrie files registration. Multiple institutions are yet again lining up to offer crypto ETFs, but will the SEC overcome its historical reticence? That's a word I do not know. I have to add it to my vocabulary. So we know Jay Clayton has been the roadblock, but he's out, right? We know he's not crypto friendly. We saw what he did to Ripple and XRP. So, but good riddance. He's gone. Gary Gensler, who teaches Bitcoin at MIT Sloan, this guy gets blockchain, he gets crypto. He's talked about Ripple and XRP. He's now in the driver's seat. And I do think, my friends, we could see a Bitcoin ETF this year or next year. I personally interviewed Rick Edelman, who's been beating the drum on a Bitcoin ETF for years, but Jay Clayton was the holdup. Now you got these other exchanges, excuse me, not exchanges, but these firms and institutions are now filing, and they're all lining up to file for a Bitcoin ETF, which is a good sign. They probably see the writing on the wall, like Gary Gensler is there, and he's more crypto friendly. So in a move that may give seasoned investors flashbacks to 2018, Valkyrie Digital Assets is the latest asset management firm to file a registration with the SEC to form a Bitcoin ETF, a bid that joins a crowded field of prospective fund managers looking to capitalize on renewed retail interest in cryptocurrencies. Filed on Friday, the Texas-based Family Investment Fund proposed listing the Valkyrie Bitcoin Trust on the New York Stock Exchange. The application did not include a possible tracking ticker. So I do think this time around, there's multiple factors why I think we could get the approval. One, better custody. And even Brian Brooks at the OCC gave the banks the green light to custody crypto. That's a big part of it. The other aspect is we've seen NASDAQ, we've seen S&P Dow Jones build their crypto indexes or indices where it provides pricing data aggregated, and that's going to be shared with a lot of the Wall Street investment firms. So two critical things to make sure you get accurate pricing and custody, plus you have a guy who runs the SEC who gets crypto. All these things coupled together could see us get approval for a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs. Now remember, Van Eck and a few other folks, Direxion as well as Gemini, the Winklevoss twins, they all filed but got rejected. And once again, I think the roadblock there was Jay Clayton. But if this here might be an indication that they see Gary Gensler being pro-crypto, and we might get that approval. If it happens this year, oh my goodness, the floodgates are going to open. I'm hoping it does, because we are in a bull market cycle. And if it happens this year, oh man, guys, we're going to see a lot of money coming, even more. Because you think about what's happening with Grayscale. People are using Grayscale as a kind of a pseudo ETF in a way, right? Because they custody, they do the purchasing, they make sure to have the proper pricing, but it's one avenue, only one avenue, right? Through Grayscale. So if this happens, we'll see more money flow into different institutions, and it'll probably open up more avenues for money to come in from existing clientele with these institutions that might get approval. So very bullish, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the ETF happens this year. Now, remember what I've been talking about with influencers and celebrities and so forth? Well, Soulja Boy, if I'm saying that right, he's a hip-hop artist. I think many of you may be familiar with him. He has 5.2 million followers on Twitter. He's been talking about how he's buying Bitcoin. He even tweeted, "How do I purchase XRP?" Because Coinbase, of course, stopped trading XRP, support for trading XRP. And he was like, honestly asking, right? And he's been talking about Bitcoin, and he has to follow Bitcoin news, and he wants to invest in Bitcoin. And he's doing all this, tweeting it to 5.2 million people. So he's not the only one. We've covered many different other celebrities, and you're going to see more of this. You're going to see so many influencers come out and be like Bitcoin or crypto, whatever, right? And they're getting the message out there. They're building the awareness, and this is how it spreads. It's not just the billionaires on CNBC, but it's the celebrities, the musical artists, the athletes, and so forth that are going to talk about crypto, and retail is going to FOMO in. And that's why we are on the side of smart money, my friends. We went through the bear markets, bought the dip. We are sitting patiently and looking macro level, right? You got to look macro level. Remember the previous cycle. Well, this cycle, as you can see already, is going to be much bigger. Last time we capped out at near $20,000 in 2017. Now look at it. We're still early, and we are at near 40. Well, we touched 41,000, and now we're at 30,000. So that's why people are complaining they don't have perspective. They don't understand the market cycles. 2013 and bull run, and the 2017 bull run, now the 2021 bull run. But if you were to transpose this of where we're at, we're in January 2021, obviously. That would put us in January of 2017. So we've got ways to go. I've talked about it before. This little peak and valley that's forming here is one of these little peaks and valleys that formed on the way up to the 19,000, whatever, or near 20,000. I know that's hard to comprehend sometimes, but you got to zoom out and understand market cycles. Nothing goes up in a straight line. It doesn't go like that, right? It goes up in peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. And that's what's forming here, my friends. That is what's literally happening here. So that's why sometimes it's important to just step away from the computer, step away from the crypto market if Bitcoin is just moving sideways. Now, if you're day trading, this is good because you can short and long and whatever, right? I don't day trade. I swing trade over months, and I'm primarily a hodler. I'm holding Bitcoin. Like I said, you guys see my portfolio here. I'm holding XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I got some Chainlink, of course, Tezos, VeChain. I've been primarily accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum recently. Some Chainlink, obviously, in the dips. I have stopped accumulating XRP, to be fully transparent, just because of the SEC lawsuit. But I'm still holding. I haven't dumped anything. I haven't sold. I know a lot of people ran, and that's okay. That's what they want to do. But I do believe Ripple is going to come out successful. But I'm also risk adverse. I'm not going to be buying up something that is under a lawsuit right now. And I bought my XRP dirt cheap. So even if it goes to $1, I am in serious profit zone right there. Serious and really nice return on my investment. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, Chainlink have been really carrying my portfolio for the most part, guys. I mean, obviously Bitcoin going to 41,000. I took some profits at 40,000. I think many of you know about that. I've been public about it on the channel as well as Twitter. My Ethereum, I have not sold any. I'm just holding, and Ethereum, man. Yeah, like I said, I think it could go to $10,000. I didn't have any Polkadot. I wish I did. I have some Cardano. Chainlink, just a big winner in my portfolio right now. So guys, what do you think? Could Chainlink go to $30 soon? And what do you think about the Bitcoin ETF? Think we can get an approval this year? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.